Hey guys, we got Coach Henson here. JJ, you want to get started?
Steve, it was another close one down the stretch. What did you guys have to do tonight to hold on to this one?
Yeah, well, once again, we brought too much drama into it. I think we had a 9-point lead real late there and didn't quite close it out the way you need to. That was a little disappointing, but a lot of positives. You know, did a heck of a job responding there. Second half, early in the second half, they came right at us and just drove it at us. Offensive rebound, just won they won all the toughness battles there for several minutes. Drew a bunch of fouls on us. Look up, we got 5 team fouls. And it's early in the second half, so we really challenged our guys at the one time out to just play tougher. You know, we had it written on the board: the tougher team's going to win, and we did not. We were not the tougher team there at one stretch, but then we came out of it and responded very, very well. And built that lead. We ran a little clock there with about 3 minutes to go, which wasn't perfect, but it really helped us, I think. You know, we 3 possessions, gobbled up a bunch of time off the clock, got an offensive rebound in that segment, which was really deflating. So I like some of the things we did there from about the 3-minute mark to probably the last minute. Then we just didn't finish it. But good win for us, you know, to hold them to almost 40% shooting, beat them on the boards. They're a good rebounding team. I like their team. I got a lot of respect for their team. I think their guards are good. Blackshear, Winchester, Ingram are just such imposing forwards. Sillins affects the game on both ends of the floor. They're very well coached. It was a good win for us.
Steve, what did you see from Jacob Germany in this one? How do you sum up his night?
Well, everybody's going to talk about his points and rebounds, and that was good. I like that as well. But the block shots down the stretch there bailed us out on a couple. Really stayed involved in the plays. I thought he was very, very good. Sillins is a handful. He is hard to guard. He's a huge target. There were a couple possessions early in the second half where I thought Jacob was settling in behind him, wasn't working hard enough to get around and get him off the spot. We subbed him out and put him back in, and I think when he went back in, he did a little better job in that regard. But, yeah, he came out and gave us a great spark offensively early in the game and then just kind of kept it going, you know. And we had worked on hitting him on the roll a lot more this week. We didn't know how FAU would play our ball screens, but in the past they were extending or almost soft trapping Javon and Keaton. So we wanted to get that ball into the middle of the paint to Jacob, and he just responded very, very well. Took his time in there and finished, and we had some penetration and pitch for lobs to him. It was a heck of a game for him. He just kept it going the whole time, played pretty big minutes. I like what Phoenix was doing for us as well, but we really needed Jacob to have a good night because Adrian couldn't go. You know, Adrian injured his knee slightly yesterday and couldn't go, so we only had the two true big guys on the roster.
With the matchup against FIU over the weekend, Jacob couldn't play as many minutes, and you guys went to sort of some different looks. Are you happy with how he responded despite kind of a quiet weekend to come out with a game like this tonight?
Yeah, very much so. You know, just that's Jacob's maturity is so obvious, the progress he's making in that regard. A year ago, if he had gone down there and you know, become frustrated during the game, or in his mind not had a great weekend down there, it might have lingered on. He told me at the time during the game, I think it was halftime of one of the games, I said, just keep your head up. And he goes, I know. He goes, it's just not a good matchup for me. And he responded very, very well. So this was obviously a better matchup for him. And yeah, I was happy for him.
Does it open up a lot of things for the rest of the offense when he is that level of threat that people have to pay attention?
No, there's no doubt. Anything like that. Yeah, when he's a threat there, you know, he's got such good hands that if we throw it, he's generally going to catch it. He's always pretty poised in there. So the more he does that, the more the guys will trust him, the more opportunities he gets. And then, you know, Cedric gave us some buckets. Juice, you know, again, we've been talking about that for a while, what Juice does for the offense. Even though Zumbell's not shooting it great, they still have to honor him at the 3-point line. But yeah, for Jacob to give us that much offensive production is huge because he's a different type of target than anybody else. Again, when he's rolling into the post, he's terrific. And he's got to the point now, we used to say he wasn't going to overpower people back to the basket, but if they don't double or dig, he's doing a great job of taking his time and getting to his spot and converting in a true back to the basket fashion. So that's pretty good.
Yes, they are.
Jerry, go ahead.
Steve, I just wanted to ask the last 3 ball games. I think you've got 87, 90, and then 84 tonight. You know, at one point this season, we were asking you every game about the offense and trying to get the offense going. But now it seems like you're really rolling on that end. What is going on out there? The assist turnover ratio and everything tonight looked really good. What's happening with your offense?
Well, hopefully we didn't stop improving. That was as much as we knew we needed to focus defensively, as important as that was. We also know that this group needs to see that ball go through the net. We feed off that on the defensive end, but I think we're just making progress, and other guys stepping up really helps. Again, Keaton, I told guys before the game, I thought Keaton or Javon, one of them would have a big night tonight. I just kind of felt that. They're both feeling pretty good. Keaton didn't shoot it well, but had a great floor game, 6 assists, and defended like he always does. So Javon got it going, but we have other people contributing, and we're a more well-rounded offense. We're a pretty good team. We had a stretch there again where we were attacking. We talked about that going all the way back to Southern Miss game, early in the season, Lamar, then one of the Southern Miss games, then UTEP, one of the 2 UTEP. At UTEP, we drove it aggressively, just didn't convert. We need some of that attack. Second half, Jacob drove one, Cedric drove a couple, Keaton drove down and missed one, but there was the right mindset in terms of attacking. We had 40 points in the paint. That makes people think a little bit more about how they're going to defend Javon and Keaton at the 3-point line if we're getting 40 points in the paint. Yeah, the assist number was terrific. Turnovers. We had 3 at halftime. Javon had all 3. Second half, Javon had a charge. Phoenix had a moving screen, and our inbounds pass that we didn't execute there late. Those were our 3 turnovers in the second half. So all of those were not live ball turnovers. They couldn't run and attack off of those. So we talk about having possessions. That's what we're talking about, getting assists, getting paint touches, making the right play, not turning the ball over, giving yourself a chance to offensive rebound. That's what possessions mean. And I think we're growing in that regard.
Do you think Adrian will be able to go tomorrow?
Yeah, we feel good about him being okay. We don't think it's a serious injury, but I would be surprised right now, unless something would change drastically. I'd be surprised if we'll have the opportunity for him to play tomorrow. Hopefully we can just get through it tomorrow and get some good treatment. Josh has already been working on him, and hopefully we'll have him for Charlotte next week.
Greg, go ahead.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this cold weather, Coach? It's freezing outside now. The guys told me it was a little cold even in the building tonight.
It was a little bit. It was cold, a little colder for our shoot around today. Yeah, it's we're feeling sorry for ourselves. It's 34 degrees out, and I've been reaching out to my relatives in Kansas and Nebraska, and they would take 34. They'd be out in their shorts right now. So it's for us. We get pretty spoiled down here. It was. Coach Peck came in from his run about 4 days ago and talked about how hot it was on his run at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we can make it through 5 days of winter every year down here.
Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, Steve, I just wanted to ask, overall having won 6 of 7 now, is the team's confidence level rising? Do you feel like things are just kind of flowing more smoothly game after game with the hot streak you've?
I do. I think our confidence is growing. I think we've got a bunch of guys individually feeling good, which provides more trust. Trust your teammates, trust Jacob on the roll, trust Cedric in that corner against the 1-3-1. I think we've got a lot of guys individually feeling pretty good. Didn't get Parrish enough minutes tonight. Lockie always does a good job when we put him in there. But overall, we've got a lot of guys feeling good mentally. And with the exception of Adrian, I think physically, clearly you can see that Cedric is feeling so much better. He's been really good here the last couple ball games defensively. Ingram, again, I think he's an all-conference type player, and Cedric really took on that challenge today. He'll have to do it again tomorrow. Ingram will respond, But yeah, I think our confidence is growing. I think our defense is getting better. Offensively, you know, we had a stretch there about 5 games where our offensive numbers were awful. So it's good to see us get up there closer to 50% on the offensive end as well.